This is the most important thing is in a life, to leave the legacy. And how you can learn something is through legacy of somebody's life experience. As I did in a war. I never fought the war, I never went in the war just to be the bravest guy, to just see everybody can hear my story. But what actually put me in that position to launch this podcast is because I've been fed up to listening things from other people who are celebrities, people who don't have the life experience as a majority of people around us. Through my personal experience, my personal journey in Evolve, I realized that every person around me, including me, carries a story. Not just a story from the facing the enemies, going to the battles, facing the obstacles that the odds nobody can imagine, being in hell. But what I realized that the stories of the ordinary people makes this world better place. For me, it was so many obstacles. My English, it's my fifth language. I didn't have enough money for buying the good equipment. False prophets on social media, what to do, how to launch the podcast. And then I realized in one moment, there's gonna appear people in my life. And today I have such a privilege interviewing people from all classes of society, sharing their stories and their screams out of their body. They want to share with me on a podcast. And that conversation, that interview is not designed to impress nobody. But the moment you press the play button, you say, this is my life, this is my battle, and this podcast gives me that opportunity to hear that person because you can relate. How I can relate to some celebrity? How? 14 years ago when I started my business, global financial crisis, I started my business. My marriage was on the rocks. No money, losing home, from bad to worst. That was my start in my business. No money. Literally, I walk into the police registry. I say I want to register for the license to be PI. No problem. Here we go. I paid. Then comes to another stage. How to promote myself. I have no money. All I had, it was some shitty printer for $55 from Australian Post. Okay, so I printed Sherlock Holmes hat. And I walk into the bathrooms and I stick it in the bathrooms when the people go in the cubicles to do number 2. So I stick it. Do you looking for PI? Sherlock Holmes hat. I walk into the Chamber of Commerce meeting. Nice, good looking guy, 40 kilos less, sweet. I give him my business cards. Guy check my business card and says to me, you will never succeed. And I say, excuse me? You need a speech therapist. Nobody will understand you here. What I did, I ran home crying. And I was looking actively to somebody notice me. I wrote the articles, I wrote so many things. I tried to somebody notice me. Nobody noticed me, nobody. And then I decided one day, when I reached that pinnacle in my business that I can afford to launch my own podcast studio, I will talk to people the way I want it to be spoken to. See, that's what I want. I want people to understand. You don't need superstars from social media. You are the superstar. Your life battle is more important for the many people around us because they can relate. They will share with me their views when they watch interview with some of my guests. And they will tell me in biggest confidence, Mario, when I was watching that interview, I saw myself in the shoes of that person. And I never know how I'm gonna overcome these obstacles, how I'm gonna win this life battle till that person didn't share their life experience.